Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. In this series, we're going to be taking on what has come to be known as the Masochist Challenge. In this challenge, we have to build a deck based on cards that we pull from the Master Pack. Every time we win a duel, we will be able to purchase one of these packs to see what cards we get to possibly add to our deck. We will also be able to pull from the Legacy Pack. Anytime we collect a Legacy ticket, we'll be able to pull from this pack as well. Unfortunately, we will not be able to buy structure decks to help us or pull from secret packs that are unlocked when you pull certain ultra rare and secret rare cards. We will not be able to do this. All credit for this challenge is going to go to the YouTuber Simo, who came up with this idea. The whole point was to build a deck with random cards and see how far you can climb the rank system in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And with all of this out of the way, let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Masochist Challenge. Before we get into it, guys, I just wanted to say thanks for all the support you guys give me. Thank you for leaving comments and suggestions. It really helps the channel. I appreciate it a lot. Please continue to do that. Give me the feedback. Throw me ideas. I want to see what we can do with this challenge. If you catch something and or just want to recommend like, hey, let's try this out, make a list of things that, from the cards that we have, if you like notice like, oh, these cards in tandem could make like an interesting strategy, like let me know. I want to build some cool decks and see what we can do with them. As for our burn deck here, I made an adjustment. As much as I like our Re-X dinosaur card, I decided to take him out of the deck and substitute White Veil in instead because we needed to keep this as a 40 card deck. Obviously, the main strategy of this deck is to burn our enemy. We have a lot of fire monsters in here, as you guys know from the last video when I revealed this deck. We want to be using this as best we can. We obviously hope to see this in our opening hand. Alongside things like our Curse of Darkness, this is just a great trap to, anytime a spell is activated, it burns that player for 1,000. We're going to run this for maybe a little bit here, just maybe play like 1 or 2 games with it, maybe 3, just to kind of test it out, see if we can pull any sneaky tricks off on our opponents today, and then we'll probably switch back to our best cards. So with that out of the way, let's go get into our first duel. All right, our opponent won the coin toss, but they chose for us to go first, so that's pretty cool. They got 10 in their extra deck, 55 cards total for their main deck. We're just going to set our summon gate, and we are going to set our Hyper Hammerhead and see what they end on, see what they out for themselves. Obviously, we're going to flip the summon gate to limit exactly what they're summoning out of their extra deck, but we also need to see what they play first, because depending on what they play, depends on what they might actually be summoning out of their extra deck, if it's even worth it. We'll still probably activate it. That is a Apple Magician Girl. So they're playing like Dark Magician, or at least Dark Magician Girl. Just, Magician Girls in general, which Magician Girls in general isn't really the greatest deck. So I guess we'll really kind of find out as we go along here. We are going to activate the Summon Gate, just to make sure that they're not going to do anything super crazy. And they're going to out their own card, but we will be perfectly fine because our defense matches their attack, which is great. And then we're going to out their board and be able to swing for quite a good amount of damage next turn when we summon our Fire King here. Probably the card that we'll be playing, at least, more than likely. Yeah, so we'll do that. Easy enough. Summon that. We will change this. We're just going to go in for as much damage as we possibly can do. Looking good so far. This has been a quick start to this match, getting in a good amount of damage here. This, you know, it is going to be kind of a trick to pull off the gimmick of the deck, but at least we got some pretty solid cards still in the deck. I mean, we did fill it with a bunch of fire cards that are just kind of nonsensical to play on the average, but we still have our good staples. We do have some decently high beaters within this this deck. Even with the Horus, the Black Flame Dragon. Here comes the Dark Magicians. That's never good. But like even this, like 1600 isn't too bad for a beater in our position. But this is gonna be a problem. Let's see here. Oh, he's okay. He's gonna out that right now, actually, which is fine with us. We're just gonna play our Horus here the next turn. That won't be enough to go for game, unfortunately, but you know what? He might scoop after realizing what he just did. Like, I don't know if he realized before he attacked what he was doing, but it looks like he's starting to have some connection errors, which means he might have just exited the game because of his own stupidity, but we'll see. Yep, there it goes. There he goes. We'll take that win. We'll eat that up all day. Yeah, connection failed. Yeah, he scooped. He literally quit the game because he rage quit off of his own stupid decision. All right, let's go get that master pack. And we're ranking up to bronze 1. Amazing. All right, let's go get it. All right, we're here at the pack selection, and I'm going to enact a new rule just because I see some other Masochist players, it doesn't seem like any of their audiences care either when it comes to this. Pulling the free pack as long as, and we're gonna make our stipulation here that I kind of like from somebody that I follow with this. Uh, as we rank up from a color division, so like right now we're at bronze 1. If we win a duel and it gets us into silver, during those transitions, that's when we should be allowed to pull one of these packs, and that's what we're going to do. But only when we're going from like either bronze into silver, silver into gold, in those transitional moments, that's when we'll be able to pull one of these packs. So I'm not going to pull this right now. This is the rule we're going to start running because adding one pack of these is not changing decks dramatically at all. So, like, even if we were to get a really good card from any of these, I mean, we got 3 options here. Even if we pulled one decently good card or really good card, it's not usually going to change the deck overall just because it's probably not going to synergize with what we've got going on. So, we'll leave that for right now. We got 5 days left on these, so if anything, we're pulling one of these. But anyway, let's get into our master pack that we got from this duel right now. I'm excited. This is good. We've been on a pretty decent win streak as of late. Knock on wood, but you know, it's been quite nice instead of our normal our normal luck that we normally have to deal with. But this is a magic musket card. You can special summon. Yeah, this isn't gonna come into play for us. What is this? The Phantom Knights. Send one Phantom Knight spell trap from. I don't know if we have another Phantom Knight spell or trap. I guess we could look through our stuff and see what we have. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you control no cards, and this card is in your graveyard. Special summon in defense. With as an effect monster, warrior dark level 4, 300 attack, 600 defense, but banish it when it leaves the field. This card is not treated as a trap. If summoned this way, this card gains 300 defense for each Phantomite spell or trap card in your graveyard. This we're not going to run. I mean, it's pretty cool effect and all, but it's not going to help us because we don't have enough of that stuff. Constellar Polox. Okay. It's a level 4 light warrior. 1700, not bad. During the turn this card was normal summon, you can normal summon one Constellar monster in addition to your normal summon. I, I think we pulled another Constellar card, so maybe we could possibly do something with that at least in the future. I always thought the Constellar cards looked pretty decent. Like they got like this whole like warrior, like Star Warrior kind of vibe to it. It's pretty cool. Star Seraph Sage, Fairy. Okay, that's good. Level 4. Once per turn, you can send one spell or trap card from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon one Star Seraph monster from your hand. This actually might be really good if we can get another Star Seraph and start doing that. Like this would be really good for our fairy deck, starting to kind of transform into more cohesion with like an archetype. If we can get more of those. Ancient Gear Drill. We don't have Ancient Gears, so that's not going to come into play right now. Maybe in the future. Alpha, the Electromagnetic Warrior. Really cool. Um, if this card is normal special summon, you can add one level 8 Magna Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effects of Electromagnetic Warrior once per turn. During your opponent's turn, you contribute this card special summon level 4 Magnet Warrior monster from your deck. This is a quick effect. Really cool if we can get some more Magnet Warriors. The Magnet Warrior archetype is not like super crazy, but it's fairly decent. It would definitely be better than what we got going on right now if we pulled enough of them. At least we would have deck cohesion. And it's a pretty cool archetype. I always thought the Magnet Warriors were fairly, like, in their simplicity, pretty cool. Battle Wasp Nest. We don't have Battle Wasp cards, so that's not going to come into play right now. Archfiend Staff of Despair. Equipped only to a monster you control during the main phase, you can make all monsters your opponent currently controls lose attack equal to half the equipped monster's attack until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can pay 1,000 life points, return this card to your hand, and we can only use this once per turn. Uh, that's not terrible in all honesty. Like, we could really mess up some of our opponents doing that, but we don't really have like the strongest targets. I mean, obviously we'd like equipped it to our Archfiend, Red Dragon Archfiend, which in all honesty is going to be kind of difficult for us to just summon out onto the field because we have to go through quite a bit of synchro summoning to get there because we don't have a level 4 synchro yet, or a tuner I should say. So anyway, pretty cool. I guess the biggest takeaways from this is like this fairy card. If we can get more of those, the Constellar card. If we can get more of those, I mean, this has got some good attack. This has got the same like both of these have good attack. I mean, the 1700 isn't too bad. But anyway, that's the pack. Let's see. Do we have any legacy tickets? I think we might. No, we do not. All right, so that's it. Let's go jump right back into another duel. All right, here we are in duel number 2 of the episode. Our opponent won the coin toss, and it seemed like he just took forever to decide who was going first or second, so I think the game auto-picked for us. We are going first. Our hand is looking pretty good. Not gonna lie, we're just gonna activate the catapult zone. We will set our summon gate, and then I think from here, in all honesty, let's just summon. We'll set our Valkyrie. Even though if we could have gotten like a fire monster on the field, I mean we can still technically protect it with catapult zone. But technically, if we would have at least had the fire monster on the field with it, its attack would have been 2,000. What is going on over here? We're just gonna activate this right now. Dark Lord. Dude's playing Dark Lords. Alright, good to know. This could be an interesting duel for sure. They definitely, if they're playing a good structured Dark Lord deck, definitely have the advantage over us. Here we go with another triple fusion into the first Dark Lord. Alright. That is very problematic, of course, because now it basically is going to be game. Especially if whatever he's doing right now, okay, negate its effects, sure, okay, yeah. There, that's the game right there. Let's move on. All right, game number 3. Our opponent won the coin toss, chose for us to go first. Our opening hand is not looking bad. This is actually going to be a fairly simple play. We're actually going to put this on the field. We will put... let's think about this for a minute. What was interaction? Okay, I mean, that's not bad at all, but we're gonna go with this. We're gonna have a good offensive monster here for him to think about, and then he has no idea what this is. And then we're gonna actually set our trap, and then in his like standby phase, we'll activate this. And that way, if he is like a spell heavy deck, he'll just start burning himself, which is beautiful. But hopefully, you know, okay, Red Eye's Insight. He's already past this. Alright. We'll do this now. Hopefully it'll still count because our effect applies first, and then his effect finally goes through. It might not work that way. It probably won't, knowing our luck, but it is what it is otherwise. But his effect's still going through. There's still hope. Nope. Okay, it doesn't work that way. That's fine. Red Eyes Fusion. I had a feeling he was playing a Red Eyes deck based off of his icon and the loading screen. He had like the fire burn deck box. Looked pretty cool. We actually might get that for this specific deck of ours if we keep it around. We'll definitely give it something because it's a pretty cool idea. And here comes our biggest problem, which is, of course, the Red Eyes Black Dragon. You know, it's technically the Meteor Black Comet Dragon, but it counts as Red Eyes on the field. See what he's got going on. He's burning us for 900. No big deal, no big deal. He's going to activate another one of these. Okay, yeah, sure. Can he burn us for game? Probably not. He is, of course, going to swing into the Photon Thrasher to do some damage, which that's still a good chunk of the rest of our life points in difference. Obviously, it's not going to come too close to the wire, but okay. Actually, maybe he couldn't attack after activating that card. I don't remember how that works. Cannot attack. Yeah. Okay, sweet. So that actually buys us more time. Summon Gate. Good card. Don't think it's going to really come into effect here, but we will set it regardless. I don't think we have a way to out him. Let's think about this for just a moment, though. If we can... I have a great idea. This is what we're going to do. We're going to summon our Catalyzer. Then we're going to go into our nice little Link monster here, which is beautiful. This is going to absolutely stall him out. The problem that we had the last time we summoned this is our opponent had a literal spell card to move our monsters around to places that they point or into the same column or whatever. But that's not the case here, so he'll have to attack our defensive wall and take that out, and then he's going to be stuck here because our card points to his card. The only way that he actually wins this duel at this point is if he burns us to death, which he definitely can do, and that's probably going to be the outcome of this. But we will see what he does. We're just going to activate the Summon Gate just in case. You never know. But this is looking pretty good for us. He's not going to probably even read our card, which is wonderful. And of course he's crashing with the wrong card first, dealing himself some extra damage. Of course there's no applicable effects for that, no big deal. But this is looking pretty decent. I really want to get our one trap card. That would be so wonderful. Honestly, I don't think we do a thing. We're just going to sit here like this. As long as this is on the field, he can't do anything because our card points to it. This is a really good defensive wall in some of these situations. Like this situation specifically is really good because he can't move this thing around like the one that guy did. all he can really do is hope to burn us with spell cards or you know, whatever he did last time. The Inferno Fire Blast, or no, not even that. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. He literally can't do anything. This is good. This is a good stall tactic for our deck, actually. Hyper Hammerhead. Wow, that's really good. I don't even want to play that, though, right now, because I don't want him to out his Red Eyes card here, so we don't want to actually do anything. What is this? Return the Red Eyes. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead, summon your dragon. It's really cool to actually see a Red Eyes player, though. I mean, it's such a underwhelming deck because it's like Red Eyes has always been the potential dragon card. Like the deck always has the potential to do something, but it's never been good enough to completely just outright be a constant threat. It's like, yeah, if you can pull off this stuff and you stall your opponent long enough, you can pull it off, but it's just not as consistent as things like Blue Eyes or Dark Magician, Gaia the Fierce Knight. Like those decks are just a lot stronger than Red Eyes on average, like the majority of the time. Like Red Eyes is just always a step behind them. But cannot be destroyed. Well, this card inflicts those. Okay, that's fine. No big deal. That's like 3 Red Eyes special summon from the graveyard this one turn. You still can't target me, dude. It's still a stalemate as far as the battle phase goes. Shared Ride. I mean, we can set it. I don't think we're actually going to activate it, though. We'll just pass. We just got to keep passing right now. Our hope right now is to draw our trap card, because we do have some fire monsters in our hand that if they just start popping, we'll just start burning them, which is fantastic. Of course, if they do activate something that's going to let them draw, we will activate Shared Ride, but they're just passing right now because there's really nothing they can do, apparently, which is good. This, another really good card. Does any of this stuff do piercing damage? I feel like this probably would. No, obviously that's not attacking anytime soon. Doesn't look like anything of theirs has piercing damage. So we can set another defensive wall. We should have set it right behind our one guy. That was a misplay, but I don't think it's going to really matter in the long run here. As long as they can't burn us for any damage, like our fairy is perfectly fine on the field. So, no big deal here. But we definitely should have put it behind our guy here. Alright, he is tributing away for another one of those. That's fine. That actually is really good for us, because if we can get Ice Mistress will absolutely go behind our Link Monster, and then it's just like a sealed fate for him. Like, there's nothing he can do to our board at this point. He's literally just waiting to draw like another Inferno Fire Blast or something like that. I think that's it. That's... man. The misplay of our career. We could have pulled this off. We could have pulled this off. If I had remembered to read the cards right, we could have had this over with a long time ago. Oh my gosh, I feel so stupid. That was an easily winnable game. That was an easily winnable game. I completely forgot that those things had to have materials. Alright, our opponent won the coin toss. They're going first. That last duel was just such an upset. Biggest misplay in the series so far, by far. Total just, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just not reading that card right. I thought that that was a stagnant effect and that his, sending materials had everything to do with the quick play. I just thought the other effect was not a stagnant effect and wasn't actually linked to the materials themselves, and I just completely misread that, and there's not much more to say about that. This guy is playing a ninjutsu ninja deck. That's not going to be fun. Let's see what we can do against him, though. We are just going to activate this. We're going to equip it to him. That's fine. We'll make him burn it. We will set. We will set. And we will set. And then we will actually just set our defensive wall for right now. We are putting a lot on the board. We are going to hope that he doesn't have a Harpy's Feather Duster. 9 in the extra deck. He's playing with like a almost 60 card. No, he is playing a 60 card deck. So again, he's got a lot to that he's going to have to try to work with. But if he's got like a full-on ninjutsu deck here, we've been here before. This is not going to go well for us. But we're going to try and try and try. I don't know why he's trying to do that, but that's okay. We are looking pretty good. He's already doing really stupid plays. What is this? 1,000 Knives? What? Ninjutsu and Dark Magician? How do you get that to work? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. We're gonna go through here. We're gonna go with our Battling Boxer into this dude. He's gonna take 100 there, and then he's gonna take another 17. So that's looking pretty good for us right now. This should be a pretty easy win now that we know he's not playing like a pure ninjutsu deck. Like, I don't know what the heck he's doing. That doesn't make any sense. Like, this... Like, obviously, Jirageto isn't ninjutsu or a ninja card, but, like, what... What is this dude doing? If you control, destroy as many ninjas... Okay. So he's using it as a draw engine? That's kind of strange. Not gonna lie, that's really odd. But we're looking pretty decent here. Next turn we just summon our Blast Asmodean here onto the field. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, yeah, probably. Depends on what we draw, I guess. Danger Thunderbird, really good. I kind of want to use the effects of our Asmodean here, though. I don't see a reason why not to. He's going to go into Threatening Roar. That's fine. That's really not a big deal for us right now. All we have to do is start getting some chains in to burn him for 500. Okay, he's activating this Ancient Gear Fortress. He's what is this dude's deck? All right, we'll take it. We'll take the win. Well, that's an easy win right there. I don't know what this dude was playing, but that is a rank up. We are back in silver. That's how we do it. We had some weird battle last turn or the last our last match, but we'll take what we can. What is that? What was that dude playing? He's just got like a bunch of random cards. Maybe you know what? He might be it looked like he was playing a Masochist deck. That's the only explanation for that. His cards are so random. He had like a couple copies of like whatever this is. Tribute one monster, target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Like, sure. But I mean, he's got some pretty insane pulls for playing a Masochist deck, though. Like, holy. But you know what? Okay. Good luck to him and his quest. But let's go pull our pack here. Let's go. All right, we're here with the packs. And again, we are now going to be running the rule whenever we switch from any colored rank to a new colored rank as of right now, bronze into silver, we're going to be pulling one of the free packs that are available to us. And right now, the best pack that we're going to hope to draw something at least decently usable, like any of the Bestial cards would be wonderful for our deck. It's not going to break our deck, but at least it'll be a good card. This is what we're going to pull. We're going to pull from this one. This is our choice. Gold border, looking good. Hopefully we get like a really decent secret rare. We got one right here. That's great. What is this? Gateway to Dark World. Target one Dark World monster in your graveyard. I don't think we have any Dark World monsters. At least we're not running any right now. Fire Ant isn't even a fire card. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 5 monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, but its effects are negated. Also send it to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's not probably going to happen. Pegasus Wing. This has to do with Union monsters. We are not doing anything with Union monsters. Gen X. Turbine. While you control this face-up card, all face-up Gen X monsters you control gain 400 attack, which would also mean this thing. This is definitely going to go into our machine deck because at least that's an 1800 beater for a machine. What is this? All right, Herratic Dragon. This is good. You can normal summon this card without tribute, but its original attack becomes 1,000. It's a special summon right there. Boom. Or no, well, technically it's a normal summon, but once per turn you can target one face-up dragon normal monster on the field. The level of all face-up Herratic monsters currently on the field become the level of that monster. Uh, this is definitely going with our dragon cards. I don't think we can technically utilize it quite yet. I mean, it is a level 5. It is a level 5. We do have some level 3 tuners. We could absolutely go into Archfiend. We are going to have to start playing around and strategizing, trying to get our Red Dragon Archfiend on the field. This is another Herratic Dragon. Okay, you can special summon this by attributing one Herratic monster. Once per turn, you contribute one other Herratic monster from your hand or field. Then target one spell or trap card your opponent controls. Just destroy that target. If this is tributed, special summon one dragon normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard and make its attack and defense 0. All right, we're starting to get at least a bit of a synergy here, but okay, this pack is a little bit better than we thought it was going to give us. It's given us 3 Herratic Dragons. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon from your hand by banishing 3 dragon type normal monsters from the graveyard. Once per turn, you can banish one dragon type monster from your graveyard to target one card on the field, destroy that target. That's really good. Um, but we don't have enough normal dragons to be floating around and doing this. So like, yeah, all these cards are really good, but the problem is we don't have quite enough support to go along with it yet. But they are good cards. But all right, let's check this out. We did draw a Bestial. Look at that. You can target one light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. You can only use the effect. This is immediately going into our best cards deck, for sure. Bestial cards are so powerful. Like they're all together, they're like insane bonkers. Got really good effects. Just adding this card to our deck isn't going to break us, but it's definitely going to help us out quite a bit, which is good. This is something that we really needed, and it's pretty powerful. 2,500 with 2,000 defense. This is good. Absolutely going into our deck. All right, we also have 3 legacy tickets to pull. Let's get to it. What is this? Card Breaker. It's a warrior. This card cannot be normal summon or set. This card can only be special summoned in face-up attack position by sending one card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard. I mean, it is a special summon. I don't know. That might be a little bit too steep. Or the limited spells and traps that we have are actually really useful for us. I don't know if this is gonna over apply that. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and its level is increased by 1. that could come in handy when trying to get out our Red Dragon Archfiend. But we'll think about it. Here we go, pack number 2 with the Legacy ticket. And matching outfits. Both players reveal the top card of their deck, and if they are the same type of card, both players add them to their hands, otherwise banish them. No. No, that's no. Spell Shield, this is a counter trap. It's, you know, it could be useful, but I don't think so. I don't think so. And lastly, the third Legacy ticket pack. Here we go. What do we get? A Dragoonity Javelin. Not bad. Not bad. It's a level 2 tuner. It's a dragon. If this face-up card is destroyed while in the monster zone, you can equip it to one winged beast Dragoonity monster you control instead of sending it to the graveyard. I mean, at least it's a level 2 dragon tuner, but and this card gains 400 attack for each level 2 monster you control. It's a fairy. This is not worth running though. All in all, I think the biggest takeaway from these is definitely this, just because it's a dragon level 2 tuner, could potentially help us out with that. This might come into effect because we could give it to anything to boost it by 500, but at that point we're probably just boosting it to try to squeak out like an extra level to get us closer to something that we're trying to synchro into, but we'll see. We got to play around with our deck edits and whatever, so I'm going to go and try to fine tune some things or even maybe make a new deck based off of stuff, but we're going to definitely go to our best cards first and see what we can do there. All right, here we are with our best cards, and the thing that we ended up doing is we re-added in Fervent Flames because this card is a lot better than I had second guessed myself on. We took out Summon Gate in its place because Summon Gate, as much as it would be theoretically good to have, not a whole lot of decks are constantly summoning out of the extra deck in one turn. So it kind of limits us on how many duelists we're going to come across that is going to be affected by that. And Fervent Flames is actually really good for Masochist decks because if we're getting really low on life points, this still does have a tendency to pop our opponent's board. And it's not something that targets our opponent's card, it targets our opponent into making them follow through with this thing's effect. So it is a lot better than I re-second guessed ourselves on. Uh, we of course have our Bestial card in the deck. It's going to be one of our best cards in the deck as of now. We're running 42 cards. We put in the Curse of Darkness here. Really good because if our opponent's playing a spell heavy deck or needs at least spell support, you know, they're at least going to get burned a couple times from this, so that's really good for us. We put in Synchro Boost because this is really going to help us get into a couple of our Synchro monsters. We have restructured a lot of the main monster cards out that we were running. We are now running as many tuners as we can that are like level 2 and higher. We put the uh, Dragoonity card in here. We have this Dragoonity card, both of them level 2 and level 3 tuners. This is a level 3 tuner, this is a level 3 tuner, and this is a level 3 tuner. So we have 4 of them in the deck. That's going to help us be a little bit more consistent with our hand. Like if we have one of our special summonable level 5s here, we can throw it out on the field, throw out a level 3 tuner, and immediately go into Red Dragon Archfiend, which is great. Especially if we can equip this thing with Archfiend's Staff, which we added to the deck. Like Archfiend, Red Dragon Archfiend is going to be really hard to swing over at that point. Um, or at least, you know, if our opponent has some good big monsters on the field, then we can really cut their attack down and swing over them. Like it's going to be really good. We do have the majority of our staples that we're still running. We're still running Catapult Zone with our 3 defensive walls, Black Velocity. We did add in 2 of our 3 Heraldric Dragons, like because we can get this out on the field, and then this can work off of it and special summon. So I mean, this is a level 6 special summon that we can use, and then if we equipped it with a Synchro Boost here, that's a level 7, and then we have the Dragoonity level 3 here that we could potentially go into this here, and this thing's effects are really good. So we actually are capable of really synchro summoning nowadays into a good majority of what we've got going on. This is still actually going to be one of our harder things to get into because it's going to require like our Ice Mistress, which is level 2 tuner, and like sacrificing Drillfish with a synchro boost on it. So make it a level 2. Then we have two level 2s going into our level 4. So this is still like really hard for us to get into, but if we can get into it, it's a level 4 tuner. So hey, we'll take what we can get. The deck is looking pretty good. So we of course, edited our burn deck to kind of, do what we can with it. Not much has changed, but, we're running what we can. We got, we put our Bastille card in there and whatnot. But the only other thing that I did is I restripped our fairy decks down to just what fairy cards we have, because I really don't see us playing this until we get some better fairy cohesion, if that ever happens. So those are the updates to our decks. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the commenters that pointed out the importance of Fervent Flames and the unfortunate reality of Summon Gate. It's very helpful for me, guys. Please continue to leave comments. It, of course, helps with the YouTube algorithm, but more importantly, it helps me understand how certain things work and helps us to improve our decks so that we can continue to push through the rank system as best as we possibly can. It's extremely helpful to me, guys, so please keep doing it. If you guys liked the video, please, share it with your friends. If you think I did good enough and you haven't subscribed and maybe I've earned your subscription, please do that. It would mean the world to me. I really want to see this channel grow as best as we can grow it, and I hope you guys keep coming back for more Masochist content for this series, of course. Until next time, guys, stay safe out there. Take care. I'm ProtoPawn. Peace.